Hi everyone, this is Marguerite and I am here with a project that I'm in the middle of. I wanted to record while I was adding things to it, so if anyone was curious about the process of adding to a vintage junk journal, that's what this is. So this is a vintage junk journal that is, well, depends, I guess it depends on your opinion of what's finished and what's not. I made the covers and I put in 3 signatures. So that part is done. Now I want to go through and to start decorating it. So inside I have some digital printed papers, and these come from Ephemera's Vintage Garden. Inside I have also some book pages, I have tissue paper, tea-dye pages, and that's essentially it in the signatures. Now I want to go through and add kind of decorative elements. So if I wanted to, I could say this is done, I have a lot of blank pages, it's ready for somebody who wants to journal or to use it for making lists or writing in or using it as an art book or whatever. But I like to kind of decorate the pages with a little bit more collage work. I like for the books to be pretty full when I say that they're done, they're complete. So I started, actually I did one page here. I used a digital printout, and this is one that I created and sell in my Etsy shop. I have 4 pages of digital images of collage things that I've put together. And I used that as a base, and I put a magnet underneath so that I could attach this photo. And this watch face has a washer on the back, and now it's going to find the, there it is. It's going to find the magnet underneath and it's going to hold it down so that doesn't move. I have, oh, here's my stack of things that I want to put in there. Let's see. So wait, I'll just show you all the things that I have, and then we'll go from there. So I've got a pile of ephemera. Some of it is digital reproduction. This is another one of the ones that I've created. And then I have a bunch from Ephemera's Vintage Garden. And these all match, or there's a similar style to the kit that these came from, and I don't remember the name of the kit. I think it's Ephemeral Garden. I will double check and I will put it in the information in the description below the video, but it's Ephemera's Vintage Garden. So I have these printouts that go with them that I'm going to put somewhere in the book, and then ones that I kind of have created. So those are those. I also have my bag of scraps from paper pads. I like these little pieces because oftentimes I can find ways to use little bits in my collages. So I saved this bag with lots of little odds and ends to kind of help me find things that go nicely, that can be collaged nicely together. And then also, in addition, I have these more bits of ephemera. These are from authentic sources, so they're from old books, or they're magazine pieces from magazines, old magazines, some receipts, trade cards, things of that sort. This one is a more modern one, so that doesn't go in there. So, okay, I've got that. I've got some old playing cards I can use a couple of. I have some old photographs. These came from an old album. The album was completely falling apart and being eaten by bugs. So I tore out the images that I could use, and the rest, unfortunately, I had to throw away. But these ones I can use in a journal project. More paper sources. These are just some envelopes from old letters. I've got some book pages. Another piece of book page. I don't even know. Just odds and ends of things. This is from a magazine. These are all advertisements from a magazine, different magazines. So I'll just go through them and see what I can find and add to my book. It is at the moment pretty flat, so I have a lot of room to add things in here. I don't like alligator mouth, or to be really overly stuffed, so I'll put just enough so that it is like this approximately, and then I'll finish. I still need to put the clasp on. I have a little piece of chain that I'm going to put, and it'll hook over this little closure here, and then that will be done. So as I go through this, well, I'm going to go through it, but I will probably speed up the speed of the film, because it does take a long time, to kind of go through it, and you don't need to be listening to every decision, that I make as I go through. Oh, a couple of other things I do have as well are some trim, some lace trim. So I could, depending, put some on some of the edges of the pages as well for that. Alright, so let's get going. Okay, so this is the final of what I have come up with for this journal. I have the closure, which is a watch part, and this is rubber stamp. And I have a little bit of chain on here, and then it's just hooked with a jump ring through the back. Just like that. Very simple. So let's see if I can bring this closer. It's a little bit dark outside today, so I've got a lot of light on, so that's probably why there's such a shine, but anyway. So I did not fill all the pages, but I filled the majority of the pages. This has got a little pocket. This I can seal top and bottom and make that a little like an envelope. Or I can leave it open and just collage in there. This has got a pocket here. And on the other side is a pocket. Put a little lace in here, which came out very nicely. So here's something new that I've tried. I like to have very deep gussets in between my signatures. And here is another one of my journals with the same thing. So I have this very deep area where there is a lot of space, and it helps with the that the pages are not too thick inside in the covers. So I decided that I was going to try filling this with a little bit of cheesecloth and a ribbon. So what I did was I sewed cheesecloth, and it doesn't matter what color thread you use for the cheesecloth. I did a straight stitch, and then I went back and I did a zigzag. And, I don't have a ribbon to use an example, but I'll just use this piece of washi tape. I just put this right in the middle. And first I glued this down. I put a bead of glue right on the thread, the mid thread, glued it in, and then put that in there. So I like the way it came out. It looks nice, and it doesn't affect the opening or closing of the book. I've got some really old pieces, and then I have a lot of postage stamps, a lot of old envelopes, and then the ephemera that I created and printed out, as well as ephemera from Ephemera's Vintage Garden, which is this kit here. This kit, it is called Ephemeral Garden, which is this. It's fabulous. I like it a lot. And it is a nice combination of colors that really work with a lot of things that I have. Here's that second. This one I used a different colored ribbon. I used green and yellow. I really wish I had better lighting. Oh, that's kind of good right there, because it's raining and raining and raining, and I don't have good light today. Some more book pages with lace, piece of wallpaper, something else from a book. This is really pretty with this postage stamp. Here I put a little bit of lace again, and there's this page here from a dictionary. Another old envelope. And that is that. Thanks so much for watching.